Lost is about a Kolkata crime reporter's pursuit of Ishan, a Dalit theatre activist who goes missing. Vidhi is a rare breed, an honest, morally upright journalist who's so invested in uncovering the truth about Ishan that she refuses to back down. The book by her bedside is Ravish Kumar's The Free Voice on Democracy, Culture and the Nation. The police stonewalls her. Her parents repeatedly advise her to give up, but Vidhi persists. It's increasingly hard to find such journalists in the real world, but it's encouraging that the movies still have them. What is lost in this film is not just a human being, but humanity itself. This is a story about corruption, greed, lust, the fault lines in ideologies across the spectrum, and the casual indifference with which those in power treat those without it. This is a world in which, as Vidhi says, galat ko galat kehna bhi galat ho gaya hai, which beautifully encapsulates the times we live in. Early in the film, while leaving her house, Vidhi stumbles and her grandfather Nanu, with whom she lives, says, "Mind your step," which foreshadows what is to come. Through the film, Vidhi must mind her steps because ultimately the search for Ishan leads higher up the political establishment to a powerful minister named Varman, who is described as CM ka khas. In interviews, director Aniruddha Roy Chaudhary has said that in its commitment and its conscience, Lost is an extension of his last Hindi film, Pink. The two films also share a writer, Ritesh Shah. Here, Ritesh has done the dialogue, while the screenplay has been written by Shyamal Sen Gupta, who earlier wrote Antaheen with Anirudh. While both Pink and Lost are led by courageous female protagonists who refuse to be confined by their circumstances, this film doesn't have the dramatic heft or grip of the earlier one. Pink, despite its male savior complex, was a gut-wrenching lesson on sexual consent. But Lost gets lost in the righteousness of its intentions. The screenplay flirts with many burning issues: caste, opportunistic politics, the way the media business works, Naxals, but there isn't enough rigor, depth, or even tension. Vidhi is playing a dangerous game. There are men scoping out her house and even threatening her grandfather, but the peril rarely feels real. Vidhi, waiting for a train on the Kolkata subway platform, immediately took me back to Vidya Bagchi and Bob Biswas's unforgettable entry in Kahani. In Lost, the threats are mostly delivered by two lackeys who are so inept that in one scene, Nanu stumps them with mere words. The characters come across as good ideas more than flesh and blood people. Nanu is relentlessly honest and supportive. He's making these endless cups of tea and delicious dishes that he's cooking himself. Vidhi gets her strength and her DNA from him. Pankaj Kapoor is a brilliant actor who consistently makes less into more. He gives Nanu the right touch of exuberance and levity, but even he can't make some of the dialogue convincing. Like in one scene, Nanu just declares, "Dushman ko nafrat karte karte dushman jaisa ho jana." Historically, it's proven that this is the biggest irony and biggest tragedy of violence. Vidhi, who's on a mission to make the world better, also suffers from being one note. Like Rajkumar Rao's Newton, Vidhi suffers from imandari ka ghamand. But Vidhi doesn't have the layers or steep learning curve of Newton. As an actor, Yami Gautam has something inherently empathetic about her. She's lovely without being overtly manicured. Yami plays Vidhi with conviction, but the screenplay's lack of direction proves to be a stumbling block. The story takes several implausible turns, and some characters have a sudden change of heart without explanation. But I enjoyed watching Rahul Khanna, who makes the most of his underwritten character. As the suave, two-faced Varman, Rahul is solid. In one scene, he's playing darts as he dismisses jholawalas. In another, he describes himself as a humble soldier of the party. It's delicious. DOP Avik Mukhopadhyay, who's also shot Gulabo Sitabo in October, takes us through the gullies and the ghettos of Kolkata. Through the film, Vidhi is walking, she's chasing the truth. By the end, you'll feel that you've spent a few days in this beguiling city. You can see Lost on ZEE5. Did you guys like Lost? Do tell me in the comments below, and don't forget to check out our Valentine's Day special of FC Popcorn.